Howdy, folks. High value DMD. Don't just give me your subscription, but please let me earn it. Let me earn your like and let me earn your comment. Denmark is a loser country. Allow me to explain. So, I don't know a whole lot about Denmark, but there's this business in the news with Greenland, and apparently Denmark owns Greenland. And the United States has been wanting to purchase Greenland for quite some time. They tried to buy Greenland in the 19th century, tried in the 20th century, and here we are in the 21st century with President Trump bound and determined to take possession of Greenland either as a state or a territory. And I think back many, many years ago, there were many empires of Europe. You had the United Kingdom, one of the most powerful, and you had Spain at one point, very powerful, navy. Portugal, very powerful. Germany and the Dutch were very powerful. All of these countries spread out throughout the world and had colonies and territories, protectorates. And I'm sure Denmark was in the mix. I didn't learn a whole lot about Denmark in my schooling. I don't know if they had a presence in Africa at the time or in Asia, but most of these countries did. And so allegedly, Denmark owns Greenland. And we are seeing Greenland slip right through their hands to the United States. Greenland has recently said that they want to be an independent country. And many countries want to grovel over themselves. They want to apologize to everybody and everything about the evils of colonialism and apologize for what they did in the past. I saw on the news about how the Prime Minister of Denmark was just a whole lot of just self-deprecating, just a bunch of sorry, we're sorry, we're sorry. And she was saying how Greenland is for Greenland, and Greenland will decide its own path. And Greenland, if Greenland wants to be independent, this, that, and the third. And I'm just sitting here thinking, Denmark, you guys are losers. You guys are complete losers, man. Why are you apologizing for owning Greenland? Like, how does this benefit you by allowing Greenland to leave under your authority? Don't you want to be in charge of Greenland? Don't you want to have more land? Don't you want to have expansion and have those potential resources? What have you guys been doing for the last 200 years to try to develop Greenland and to try to get some of those resources? Europe has been completely stagnant. And you guys have allowed my country, the United States, you guys have allowed us to be the top dogs, to be the most powerful country in the world. You guys have been settling for average. You guys shouldn't be apologizing, but you guys should be maybe acknowledging what's happened, but trying to do the best with what you have, the resources that you have. No, you guys shouldn't be saying, oh, Greenland, go be independent. Oh, we're sorry. It's like, no. You guys should say, Greenland is a part of Denmark and it will always be a part of Denmark. And we will make Greenland the best it has ever been. And this is what we're going to do, X, Y, Z. Trying to bring Greenland into the fold and trying to make them feel associated with Denmark. You guys have had time. You should have seen the writing on the wall the first time the United States tried to buy Greenland. But you're stagnant. You're not paying attention. You're not paying attention. You're not trying to grow your country. You've been sucking on the teat of the United States for your protection. You guys have been able to see that Russia is becoming more powerful. You guys have been able to see that China is becoming more powerful, putting their tentacles into everywhere. And it's just a matter of time until Greenland comes under the control of another country that can actually hold it, that can use it. It's like one of these strategy games I used to play called Civilization Revolution, and you can either decide to defend your city or not. And if you don't defend your city, then there is 100% of the time there is another country is going to take over your city. And so you guys have just been sitting here letting this land be here unattended, just waiting for the day that the ice could thaw a little bit so you might could get into the resources. And I don't know what their plan is, but if I was the prime minister or king of Denmark, my number one goal would be to explore Greenland and to extract resources from there. Drilling oil and all of the Paris Climate Accords, all of that, be completely darned. I would be trying to get that oil and make my country as rich as possible because I know what other foreign countries are coming after me and what I have. You see, this world is a violent world. This world is a selfish world. And you have to get in there and you got to play the game. You can't stand by and allow other people to tell you what to do. Europe is weak. It is weak. And that's to the advantage of my country. So be it. You guys can be weak and we can take all your stuff. The United States has literally it has been the downfall of several other countries. A main one is Spain, is the Spanish Empire. In their history, and I've been to Spain and I have studied Spanish literature, in their history there is something called El Gran Desastre, the Grand Disaster. And the Grand Disaster was when they lost the Philippines in the Spanish-American War, when they lost Cuba, when they lost Puerto Rico. That was quite literally the last remnants of their great empire. You know, they had owned large swaths of South America and Mexico, and they thus had lost those in revolution. And so Philippines, and that was it. That was it for them. And in one fell swoop, in the turning of the century, the United States cut their legs out from under them. The United States bought the U.S. Virgin Islands from Denmark, I believe it was. Or I think it was. Maybe the Netherlands, I can't remember. So we bought property there. I mean, we have just expanded and expanded and expanded, and Europe has just kept losing. The United Kingdom just walked away from India. They built so much infrastructure in the name of evil colonialism. They went over there to India and they helped modernize, build infrastructure, open schools, open hospitals for India. And then they walk away and look at India now. Look at India now. The UK is no longer an empire. And the UK walked away from Rhodesia. I'm going to talk about Rhodesia in another video. But they lost their edge. And Portugal lost its edge in Africa. It wasn't able to hold Angola and Mozambique. And it's because everybody was apologizing for colonialism. And so what? Are you just going to be a weak country? Are you going to be a weak country? Or are you going to hold the land that you owned and also take care of the people that live there? I trust me, I believe in treating people fairly and well. I don't know. Hey, you guys in Europe, you guys got to figure it out, okay? You got to stop crippling your own countries. You got to stop feeding yourself too much of this climate change nonsense. Okay, you got to use oil, you got to use fossil fuels, and you have to do business. Okay, you got to be growing your country, and you got to say some mean things sometimes. You got to do some mean things sometimes. You got to stop being so politically correct and giving up all your freaking land. Because the threat's out there, and hey, you guys might be getting absorbed by China too if you're not careful. You guys might be getting absorbed by Russia if you're not careful. If you guys don't try to assert yourselves out there, because the United States of America is not always going to be there to bail you out. Okay, we're thinking about taking care of our own. We're not focused on you, especially with this new administration coming in. We're not Europe first. We are America first. Okay. So let me know what you think below in the comments. I hope I earned your subscription. I hope I earned your like, and I hope I earned your comment. Have you seen this business about Greenland? What do you think about Denmark just giving up Greenland, rolling over, and oh, you guys can be independent, whatever, yada, yada, yada. Until next time.